Hi Thomas, welcome to the London Film
Hi,
Festival.
Ian.
What can you tell us about the film Celeste and your character in it?
So I played Jack in Celeste. It's the story of this boy who left home 10 years ago after this trauma, and he's kind of fallen on the wrong side of the tracks. 10 years after this trauma, he comes back to be with his stepmom, who is an opera singer. And coming home, he kind of rekindles that relationship with her, and it's an opportunity for both of them to grow and become the people they were always meant to become.
So working with Ben and Radha on this film, how was it?
Working with Radha, it was such a privilege. Yeah, she's a wonderful actress, and so generous too. I mean, we have quite a complex relationship in the film, and we were quite lucky to have quite a lovely rehearsal period where we managed to do a lot of improvisation in terms of our backstory and spend a few days really outlining where we'd come from, so that when we got to set, we had everything sorted out, which was really cool.
Actor seems very excited when they shoot in Australia. What do you think about the place as a place for movies?
Well, I mean, it's such a pleasure for us to be able to shoot at home. I've been fortunate enough to shoot in some wonderful locations around the world, but to shoot in Australia, also in Queensland, in the far north jungles of northern Queensland, up near Cairns and Innisfail, where we're shooting, was such a privilege. It's part of the world that I've never been to before. It's so rich and beautiful, and you really feel that in the film too. It was hot, it was sticky, there were a lot of insects, and we really had to work with the jungle and the nature. But I think that really gave a sense to the film that it was really part of the character. You know.
What was the most challenging moment filming Celeste?
Challenging moment. It's a pretty heavy emotional journey for Jack. There was I think it was the first time I've actually shot on one camera. We shot everything with only one camera. They're long scenes, and that was a new experience for me, having to go into the work, knowing that we had such a short time frame to film it. We shot it in about 5.5 weeks. You only had a certain amount of takes, one camera. You know, there was no coverage. You had to get it right in those first few takes.
Finally, what's in the pipeline for you? What is next?
In the pipeline, I'm doing a show at the moment up in Vancouver. I've got a few films coming out this year, which is really cool. In Like Flynn, the story of Errol Flynn just came out in Australia last week. That should be hitting cinemas internationally later this year or early next year. And there's another film, Alive, a horror film, coming out later this year, and a film called Spare Room, which is another independent American film about PTSD and war trauma. It's very exciting.